Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here. I got caught up doing take two and fixing my microphone and getting a little bit of Olympic closing ceremony. It was really beautiful. So today's book is When Things Fall Apart. It's Pema CHöDRöN. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you all, and those of you who stay with me are going to get a treat. It's pretty interesting. Okay. This is how it actually works. There has to be some kind of respect for the jitters, some understanding of how our emotions have the power to run around in circles. You got it? Run around in circles. So, our emotions. That understanding helps us to discover how we increase our pain and how we increase our confusion and how we cause harm to ourselves because we have basic goodness, basic wisdom, basic intelligence. We can stop harming ourselves and harming others because of mindfulness. Mindfulness, everybody. We see things when they arise because our understanding, we don't buy into the chain reaction that makes things grow from minute to expansive. We leave things minute. They stay tiny. They don't keep expanding into World War III or domestic violence. It all comes through learning to pause for a moment. Pause for a moment. Slow down and speed up. So, learning not just to impulsively do the same thing again and again. It is transformative experience to simply pause instead of immediately filling up the space. By waiting, we begin to connect with fundamental restlessness as well as fundamental spaciousness. The result is that we cease to cause harm. We begin to know ourselves thoroughly and respect ourselves. Anything can come up. Anything can walk into our house. We can find anything sitting in our living room, couch. We don't freak out. We have been thoroughly processed by coming to know ourselves thoroughly, processed by this honest, gentle mindfulness. This process connects us with the fruition of not causing harm, fundamental well-being of our body, speech, and mind. Well-being of body is like a mountain. A lot happens on the mountain. It hails and the winds come up and rains and snows. The sun gets very hot. The clouds cross over. Animals shit and piss on the mountains, and so do people. People leave their trash and other people's clean it up. Many things come and go on this mountain, but it just sits there. When we've seen ourselves completely, there's a stillness of body that is like a mountain. We no longer get jumpy, have to scratch our nose and pull our ears, punch somebody, or go running from the room, or drink ourselves into oblivion. And a thoroughly good relationship with ourselves results in being still, which doesn't mean we don't run and jump and dance about. It means that there is no compulsiveness. We don't overwork. We don't overeat, oversmoke, over seduce. In short, we begin to stop causing harm. Well-being of speech is like a lute without strings. Even without strings, the musical instrument proclaims itself. This is an image of our speech being settled. If it doesn't mean that we're controlling, uptight, trying hard not to try to say the wrong thing. It means that our speech is straightforward and disciplined speech. Pretty good. The 4 agreements is be impeccable with your word. We don't start blurting out words just because no one else is talking and we're nervous. We don't chatter away like magpies and crows. We've heard it all. We've been insulted and we've been praised. We know what to be in a situations where everyone is angry and where everyone is peaceful. We're at home in the world because we're at home with ourselves. So we don't feel that our nervousness, our habitual pattern we have to run at the mouth. Well-being of the mind is like a mountain lake without ripples. When the lake has no ripples, everything in the lake can be seen. We don't waste the gift of speech in expressing our neurosis. Everything in the lake will be seen. When the water is all churned up and nothing can be seen, there is still a lake without ripples, is an image in our mind at ease. So full unlimited friendliness for all the junk in the bottom of the lake, that we don't feel the need to churn up the waters just to avoid looking at what's there. Not causing harm requires staying awake. Part of being awake is slowing down. That's what I said. Enough to notice what we say and do. The more we witness our emotional chain reactions and understand how they work, the easier it is to refrain. It becomes the way of life to stay awake, slow down, and notice. At the root of all harm we cause is ignorance. Through meditation, that's what we begin to undo. If we see that we have no mindfulness, that we rarely refrain, that we have little well-being, that is not confusion, that is beginning of clarity. At the moments of our lives, as the moment of our lives go by, our ability to be deaf, dumb, blind just doesn't work so well anymore. Rather than making us more uptight, interestingly enough, this process liberates us, and this liberation that naturally arises when we are completely here without anxiety about imperfection. So let's think about that. Without anxiety of imperfection. So if I'm not worried of doing the wrong thing or being imperfect, then fine. And if I'm good with myself, then we can slow down and then speed up. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. It's been my pleasure and my honor to be with you. And happy Sunday. Remember what that means. 3, 2, 1. Peace out, and peace in the Middle East and your heart. And the Olympics were great this year. And go, 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 new regime and prohibition now. So mindfulness, everybody, and be impeccable with your word.